Get more Facebook views by making audio optional. On the subway, in the waiting room of the doctor, or in a lecture hall, you will notice people scrolling through their news feeds. These are settings where silence is mandatory, or, like for example in a subway or train, the noise would prevent sound from being heard anyway, beside the fact that it would bother the people around. For these cases, you should learn how to make sure your videos still make sense even without sound, so that users will keep watching your video and not go to another page. Perhaps studying the art of the silent film might give you a clue on how to create such videos. No one likes it when a video starts loudly late at night, when your partner is already asleep and you can't sleep yet, and therefore you still scroll on your phone. This is why many users like to have their sound autoplay muted on their videos. That means that your audience will likely watch your video for longer if it is quiet and created for silent viewing. The fact that Facebook mutes videos by default helps with this issue. Users themselves have the choice to run autoplay sound off for all videos within their Facebook settings. In fact, there are two options for turning off the sound on the Facebook videos. The simple option is to put the phone in silent mode. Alternatively, you can go to Settings and switch Videos in News Feed Start with sound to off. Either way, you will watch the videos without sound to prevent bothering the others. Even without sound, you still want to understand what is going on in the video, so if you do not get the message, you will do the only logical thing, that is, to look for another video that makes more sense. As a video creator, you must understand this aspect in order to get more views. It may seem difficult at first, but creating video content that can be watched without sound isn't as complicated as you think. Imagine stories that are easy to understand with only visual images. You can watch a few silent movies to understand how to render ideas without sound. Anyway, the use of subtitles is very helpful to render your ideas to the audience. When you start creating your video, you need a clear strategy. Plan your video in order to make it easy to watch without sound. Write down a general plan. Think about the story you want to tell and select your key message so that you can render it using visual elements. If you need to incorporate some language to get your point across, think about how best to incorporate text into the video. Use the right tools to include text or subtitles. Take into consideration an observation regarding the time you have to persuade the user to watch your own video instead of that of someone else. It has been observed that the average attention span of a person who first sees a video is about 3 seconds. The person's attention will be focused in the beginning, and after that, if the content doesn't seem interesting enough, they will move to another video. The space is now crowded and it can be tough to stand out with your videos. If you do not manage to focus the attention of the user in those 3 seconds, you will surely lose that viewer. 3 seconds is also the amount of time for a video to count as a video on Facebook. Give your viewer from the beginning an image which demonstrates that the rest of the video will be well worth watching. If you talk about pets, you should find an expressive cat or dog picture that draws the attention of the user. If you talk about cooking, include a great visual of a tasty treat. Scientists have discovered that visualization works best in humans because humans respond to and process visual information better than any other type of information input. 90% of the information transmitted to the brain is visual. This is also the reason why the visual brain center is so large in humans. Because the humans are visual by nature, you should use this information to your advantage and offer the brain what it needs, that is, images which draw its attention. Show, don't tell. You will persuade much better with a few convincing images than with 1,000 words. People respond better to strong visuals that convey information rather than reading a text telling them what's going on. Challenge yourself to create videos where the entire message can be conveyed completely through images and no sounds or subtitles. This will also render your video more memorable. Don't put the stress on music to give your videos a meaning. It is true that music does add a dramatic substrate to your video. Be careful nevertheless not to rely too much on music to get your point across.